Hello, everyone, and welcome to Language of Leadership. I am your host, Mark Iorio, and I have my main man with me today, Ray Lyons. Ray, I'm going to give you the title for Marsh McLennan. He's a strategic benefits consultant, but way more than that, man. This dude is my main man.
Thanks for having me, man.
Welcome, brother.
I appreciate it.
Great to have you on the program.
I appreciate our friendship.
Yeah, I appreciate our friendship too a lot. And I mean that. I mean that. You're an amazing team player, right? So football, you played football in college. No, I didn't know you were a nose guard. I thought you were on the offensive side.
No, fast.
And I watched you play golf the other day, man. You can hit the ball.
For not playing.
You don't play a lot, and you can hit it. So I thought I was really impressed. You were walking down one. I was talking to the other Ray. We're playing, and Ray Lyons here. He's walking down the third par three, and I don't know if you remember. It was the one that went like down and then back up. And I turned to Ray, and I'm like, "This dude is freaking big, man. You're still big." And
I'm down a lot.
You're down a lot. Yeah, that's cool.
A little health and wellness.
Yeah, exactly. So listen, dad, husband, ski coach, lacrosse coach, you do it all, and it's all about networking, right? It's all about family networking.
Bringing my posse and growing my posse.
Yeah, exactly. Growing your posse. So talk
Being
a little.
Loyal.
Yeah, that's
Loyalty
important.
is very, very important to me.
Yeah, it's important. So talk a little bit about the networking side, Ray, because we'll get into Marsh McLennan in a minute, but the other things are really more important. What drives that? What drives all of those relationships for you?
I feel that if I have the opportunity to give and give a lot, that someone's going to give me something.
Yeah.
Or I'm going to earn it. Or however it's going to come to me, I'm going to give the 10-1 rule. Is I feel like I can give 10 things to get one. And it might not come from any of those 10. It might come from somewhere else.
Yeah.
It comes from upstairs.
Of course.
But I feel like the giving is the easiest way to earn.
Yeah, absolutely. The career you had with the Flyers and the relationship that you had with the Snyders and Pat Croce and all those people. I mean, you did that for many years, and that was a tough business because it was like, tell me yes or no, 24/7, 365. I mean, you were out there networking with people constantly. Did you learn it there, or did you learn it prior to that when you were younger, like a bit younger?
I think the working in professional sports was extremely hard.
Yeah.
Dedicated Monday through Sunday.
Yeah.
You're in the entertainment business, so you have to be when the bars are open.
Right.
And you got to grind during the week. But everything that we did, we were always taught that it's all long term. This is not a quick hit. You're not going to be on the kiss cam for the first game, and that's it. You want to be on the kiss cam for the playoffs.
Yeah.
And then when you get that media that starts to evolve over time, it makes it exciting and fun.
Yep.
And we took it to a whole nother level, building 5 and 7 and one of the biggest relationships we built was the naming rights. It was a 30-year partnership. It's changing right now to Xfinity, and it was a banking relationship that we built around partnership. And the partnership was, networking the bank internally with the players, with the business inside the stadium and the parking and everywhere we could utilize the business.
Yeah.
But the team approach, I was taught, playing as a football player, not letting that guard get to my linebacker.
Yeah, exactly.
And if I could help that linebacker make play and hold a gap, that linebacker is making that play. And it was a responsibility that I had as a young, stupid little college kid. But
you weren't stupid little. You were. You might have been stupid big, but you were not stupid little.
But I've also surrounded myself with a lot of really successful people. Chip Kelly. Love him or hate him, whether you're in Philly or not. He's extremely successful. He came to my house. He sat there and he wanted me to play for him, and I said, I can't afford it. He goes, take a chance on you, Ray. Take a chance on yourself. And I took a chance on myself. I took a risk. and I walked on.
Yeah.
And that was where it started to like the whole business side of things.
Yep.
Pat Croce, influential. I mean, he would walk by my desk every single day. He'd see me grinding on the phones, ripping it up. He'd see me at the games. He'd see me at the nights. He'd see me eating chicken fingers, and you know, it was. I will say I also did work up at Madison Square Garden for the Rangers and the Knicks, and that was an amazing experience. But it took a toll on my family life.
Sure.
And it was way healthier for me to come back to the organization that I was at in Philadelphia, and they welcomed me with open arms, and I continued my run back in Philly.
Yeah, and that's carried through with everything you've done. I mean, you're involved in charities. You've got relationships that you build. You call it a posse. It's amazing. And the thing I love so many things about you, buddy, but the one thing that's really cool is that you don't give up. You never give up. It's that like Jimmy V kind of a thing, man. You don't give up. And even the other day where I made a mistake. I admit this was my mess up. There were guys that were in front of us, and I thought they were supposed to be behind us. And you corrected me because they had a 9 on their cart, right? Remember? We were playing on, we teed off on number 8.
Okay.
And they teed off on number 9, right? Which means that they were ahead of us. And you said, and I said, well, you guys should be behind us. And anyway, long story short, you know them. They're wealth managers. What are we doing on the 3rd of October?
We're going to crush some Contis, have some root beer, and we're going to have some of the best pizza in the world, and we're going to continue the networking.
Yeah, we're going to keep networking.
Steps up the ladder.
But
Steps up the ladder.
Like, I didn't have to say, hey, Ray, how about following up with these guys? You did it on your own. And yesterday when I was in an all-day meeting, all I kept seeing was like these emails going back and forth. I couldn't answer because I was in a meeting. So, but when I finally got it, we're scheduled for lunch. And what does that mean to me? That means a lot to me because it goes back to that loyalty that you have for your friends and your posse. And what are you expecting in return, Ray? Nothing. But because you've done that, I always think of you and I say the first guy that comes to mind when it comes to, helping my friend is you got to call Ray. Tell us a little bit about.
It's a true blessing.
That's a blessing, right? So, all right. So now we can talk a little bit about Marsh McLennan because I'm sure at some point someone's going to watch this thing. It's not the 40,000 people that I used to get. Maybe it will because it's you.
Well, we got 70,000 employees. We're
Yeah.
number 1 on the planet.
Yeah. So benefits and other things. So talk a little bit about the.
What are the other things?
Well, what do you do? What's Marsh McLennan do? It's benefits plus.
Oh, yeah. So
Yeah,
we have four different verticals. My vertical is employee health and benefits. We're the best on the planet in it. We have the largest organizations, and we took it all downstream down to small groups. We believe in data. We believe in learning about a company's culture, everything we can about a company.
Yep.
We utilize this thing called an opportunity analysis. All it means is I'm digging and diving, and you let me get in there, and I'm going to see what I can find. And if I find 15 or 20%, I'm not your cousin Vinny. I'm coming in and saying, hey, this is a business opportunity.
Right.
Is cousin Vinny skimming off the top? Is cousin Vinny involved, or do you really want to do a valid business decision for your organization?
Yeah.
And it's not any different than when I was working with the Flyers.
Yeah.
We would lay it all out. Here's the plan. Here's the kiss cam. Here's the TV commercials. Here's the ba. And it's not any different than working in employee benefits space. We work with CEOs, CFOs, CHROs, anybody that's involved in the finance on the numbers. And employee benefits is a risk right now. It's getting 15% increases, 16% increases. Yeah. And if I can mitigate that and bring that down and below where their renewals are coming in, it's really cool. It's a big shift from where I was at for 25 years.
Oh, yeah.
I got 5 years under my belt here. It's a learning experience that constantly learning. But I'm at the best. And I have the best training. I have the best teachers. I have the best mentors. I have the best team in the country. And that's just one of the verticals. Then we have another vertical. So you say, pivot. I have 500 ambulances. I have 200 taxis. I have a car fleet I got to help. And we 2 of my drivers had bad situations, and we can come in and help. With that team, we have a retirement division. That's the third vertical that I'm utilizing the heck out of, because there's retirement folks in the industry are not aggressive and not up to date. And my team comes in and they'll tell you 20 things that are wrong with your plan. And in addition to the fourth vertical is our private client services. So high net worth individuals, somebody who has 2 houses, 2 cars, some art, maybe a motorcycle and some jewelry. We have a whole private client services division for high net worth individuals. Wow. And we work with the NFL, NHL, NBA, Major League Baseball, all the different verticals. But it's unique to take the relationships that I have, and then expand them that I had previously into this new role.
Yeah, and you talked about this a minute ago, that you got this incredible team behind you. And before we went on the air, you're like, I was in a meeting the other day. He was in a meeting the other day. Tell the story.
I brought some pretzels.
11 people. You brought pretzels.
No, 11 people on my team.
On your team,
we had 7 other people that we were introducing our organization to.
Yeah.
But I brought a custom Philly pretzel. I brought the name of the company's organization and a nice little pretzel, and it had their name on it, and it was a wow factor that started the relationship. But I'm not good at certain things, and when I have a team that can take me to the next level, that's what is inspiring to be in this organization.
Oh yeah,
is having them talk about certain things a lot better than I can. I'm a door opener. I'm going to open the door. I'm going to get in there, and then my team comes right on my back and right on my shoulders and supports me.
Well, that's when when you just said, a lot of times you don't know. There's certain things you don't know, and there's certain things you can't know. Or you don't have the capacity of learning. You're into this for 5 years. You're a relationship builder. You're a networker. You're a person that relies on your team. And so that's the beauty of what you do. You're the guy that really opens the door. But there's a lesson in that, Ray, because oftentimes people think that they need to know. To me, that's what leadership is about. There are a lot of people, a lot of leaders who think they need to know every answer. You don't need to know every answer. What's that like?
You need to know the resources that you have
to
utilize. And I'm a leader. I'm going to lead my teammate and say, X, Y, and Z, we need to go here, and I need to navigate internally. There's a learning curve there.
Yeah.
But the team is just fun to be with. They know what I don't know. And I think they also, I have strategic mentors. I have mentorees that I'm bringing under my belt with 5 years under my belt.
Yep.
But that's not 5 years under my belt here. It's 30 years of grinding the streets.
Yeah.
That I'm teaching young, recent graduates of college. I'm bringing.
Like Ryan.
I got several. What?
Like Ryan.
Ryan, Wilson.
Wilson. Yep. Absolutely.
Wilson is calling me all the time, asking little bits of feedback, and we do lots of different things to teach internally, and they just pick my brain. But even the 18 and 20-year tenureship people that I work with, I have a gentleman I work with that has almost 50 years of life experience in this space.
Wow.
And I pat myself on the back when he goes, that was a good one, Ray. I like how you did that. I like how you strategically placed that email, or how you did that, or and it's kind of cool to have a senior mentor that I look up to say, you have a little different game, a little different perspective.
I love the fact that you tell the story about how you got the job at Marsh, and I think this is consummate Ray Lyons. This is you, man. This is what happened.
I was about 7 years ago. I started helping children at Blue Mountain Ski Resort.
Yeah.
And my brother and I had a family business. We sold the family business. I took a little coin in it, and I bought a little tiny shack in the Poconos, and I turned it into an Airbnb very quickly. And the Airbnb had a guest. The CFO of Marsh was the guest there. At the time, I taught my children to live in small spaces.
Yeah.
And my children and I lived in the shack on the property.
Yeah.
The 2-bedroom, we put our pride aside and we rented it out. And he stayed in that. Every Friday, I would have a bottle of wine and a fire pit going for any of my guests. And he came outside. He's like, "What do you do for a living?" And I was like, "I work in professional sports." He's like, I'd like you to consider taking a test. And I was like, what? I'm not taking a test. I'm 40 plus years old. I'm not going to take a test. He's like, you need to take a test. I'm like, am I allowed to fail it once? He's like, you can fail as many times as you can fail, but you got to pass. And so I was blessed with the opportunity for them to support me along that journey. I passed the test and been grinding in the space. But it was just luck of the draw. You know, I could reflect on when I met Pat Croce.
Yeah.
I met Pat Croce on the beach. He had just signed the contract with Mr. Snyder, the Roberts family. And I don't know, I was 24, 25 years old. And I was reading the newspaper. And heard about the merger and how they all combined. And I was like, I heard you just signed with the biggest organization on the Comcast.
Yeah.
And he's like, yeah. He's like, call my brother. I think you'd be good. Call my brother. And I called his brother, and I worked for his brother for 25 seasons.
Wow.
So it's how you. I think one of the things I've learned is like you always have to be open.
Yeah.
But you always have to be yourself.
Yeah.
I haven't changed. I'm the same person you met day one. I won't change. I think I'm pretty damn funny, good looking. I got a lot of great things going for me. I'm blessed, and I like to look at it that way.
Yeah, but you're not. Here's the other thing too about you, man. You're not afraid. You're not afraid to go in and help. You're not afraid to, to start a conversation. You're not afraid. You're not. You're just never. Like, I remember the first time you and I met. We're on the 3rd floor. It's a networking group. I don't even know who invited you to this.
I got in.
You got in.
I got the fast pass.
So I'm having a conversation with 3 people. All of a sudden, Ray comes up and it's like, who the heck is this dude, man? But you were not afraid to start the conversation. Had you not done that, and that's what people need to learn with regard to networking and building that rapport with others, right? Yeah. You can't be afraid to start the conversation. Yeah. So we're going to take a quick break, okay? Yeah. When we come back, we'll talk about the family and skiing and all that stuff, all right? Folks, don't go away. We got more with Ray Lyons after this message from our sponsors. We'll be right back.
I love that we both got an awesome network and save money doing it.
I know, $25. I love that it's guaranteed for 3 years.
Hey, we're sitting on a sign here.
Switch and get Welcome Unlimited for $25 a line, guaranteed for 3 years. Verizon.
Oh, no signal. I don't have home internet.
Oh, that's a red flag.
Find the bars.
Your mom looks a lot like me.
Yeah, couple of hotties.
Thank you?
Ah, man. There's dead spots all over this place.
There really are. Oh, wow.
Nothing. Are you getting a good signal?
No, I'm not.
It's time for real home internet. Get it on the next generation 10G network, only from Xfinity.
I love that we both got an awesome network and save money doing it.
I know, $25. I love that it's guaranteed for 3 years.
Hey, we're sitting on a sign here.
Switch and get Welcome Unlimited for $25 a line, guaranteed for 3 years. Verizon.
Welcome back to Language of Leadership. I'm your host, Mark Iorio, and I've got still my main man, Ray Lyons, with me today. He's got this title called Strategic Benefits Consultant for Marsh McLennan, but you're this guy.
Strategic.
So, hey, what's RHINO mean on your LinkedIn profile? What the heck does that mean?
It means rhino.
Rhino.
I'm a rhino.
Rhino.
Rhinos go in the jungle. There's not a lot of us left in the world. There was a gentleman from Fox TV.
Yeah.
He's passed. He was a mentor to me. He was a mentor to my brother. I shouldn't have said that was bad. I was practicing that. He and I competed on a lot of business transactions.
Okay.
And he knew what he was up against every time we were competing. And I did everything I possibly could do to win. And he would always say, he just gave me the nickname out of nowhere. And rhinos do a lot for the jungle. Rhinos do a lot for the world. And it's on my license plate. It's in my life. It's on my shirts. It's on my clothes. It's on my business card. People ask all the time, what is it? And I'm like, I'm a beast. I will do anything that a rhino can do in the jungle for your company, for you, for my friends, for everybody. It's actually really good that you brought this up. When my son was born, he had these chubby cheeks. And I would always, a friend of mine started to call him Meatball because he would eat the meatballs all the time. He would annihilate the meatballs. And he turned 6th grade. Yeah. He didn't like Daddy calling him Meatball. And neither did a lot of other people in the family. Right. But he came to me, he says, Daddy, I want to be called Rhino. I want the name Rhino. Can I have that name as I was like, absolutely. For 3 years now, he's registered under USA Lacrosse. He's registered at schools and in the industry, social media. His friends, anybody that follows him knows him as the Rhino. He's composed. He's a goalie, which is absolutely the craziest thing I've ever seen a child do, is sit in front of a net with a 90-mile-an-hour ball coming at his face. Yeah. And he just sits there like a rhino in the jungle and just takes it. But he's also a leader and on the field. And it's so good to see how, as a parent, that they can come. He's got my first name, but he's also got my street name, my street cred name. Wow. And it's crazy hearing my 45, my 55, my 60-year-old friend saying, Rhino, how's it going? Rhino, that's my name. And I put it on there when I joined Marsh. I was like, this is who I am. This is part of me. Rhino is a part of my life. Rhino lifestyle. Rhino, there's not a lot of us in the world. Yeah. Ray, honestly, Rhino, that is such an amazing segue into the meaning of language. When you start to think about, I mean, the minute you said, I had no idea until now what rhino meant, RHINO. I'm like, what the heck does that mean? I now know what it means. But the first thing, when you started to say rhino is a rhinoceros, it's a guy in the jungle. And now I'm starting to think, I know what those dudes look like, man. They do not give up. The rhino?
Yeah. They don't give up. They're tough. It's not someone you're going to mess with, right?
No, I hope not. I haven't been in that situation yet.
That's not true. You were telling me before the show started that when you were playing football, you would give guys the business you
punch them in the face. You see football players tackle each other. That's true, man. Yeah. I mean, what happened this weekend? If you watch the Eagles, the guy did something he shouldn't have done, and he got in a lot of trouble.
Oh, Jalen Carter. Yeah, that's no good.
I'm not saying names here.
Oh, no names. Sorry.
No, but when you get a chance to get
But Dak started that, didn't he?
I think so.
I think he did.
I think so too.
Yeah, I think he did.
But the second person always gets caught.
Right. Exactly.
Right. But when we were playing football, there was some ways that we would, if you can hit a quarterback in the rib a little bit and
then you do it.
Pinch him.
Yeah, you do.
Do anything. Anything to get a little step on somebody.
Right.
But it's not any different than my life right now, where if I have a little bit of a teammate that has a little bit of a widget that can help me along that journey, I'll pull in my teammates, and my teammates know that.
Yeah. And the other thing about, as I'm now finally thinking about rhinos and their position in the jungle, and they're protectors, right? Your dad, your husband, you protect your family, right? You provide for your family. Talk a little bit about the family. Let's hear about that, because now your son is grown up, man. He's at high school.
Yeah. Married almost 20 years come in June. Blessed with a beautiful wife.
Congratulations.
I have a daughter who, Kylie, is at RMU. She's playing lacrosse there. A unique story on that one is that when I made my life change, I signed a contract with my daughter. And I said to her, Daddy's going to be present. Daddy's going to be around. We're going to make changes, and I'm going to help you along that journey with what you want to accomplish. What do you want to accomplish? I want to play sports in college. Okay, let's put a plan together. Let's put the process together. Let's write it down. Let's write our goals down. And I said to her, what do you want at the end of this? What do you want outside of earning a full scholarship to play lacrosse college? I want a pool for the family, Dad. I want you to commit to buying a pool if I get a full scholarship.
Okay.
Now you do the math. A pool is a lot less than an education.
Yeah, right, exactly.
And I look good on a cannonball. Right? So I'll have fun in a pool. I get to use the pool on my property. It's not hers. Now, if I was negotiating, I would have said I'd like a property at campus. I'm blessed with a son. My son is same mentality, understands writing down goals, understanding process. He's now blessed going into a really good situation at his school, and he's really well liked in a totally different environment. He's left the public school system. He's really having a great day.
Yeah.
His days are starting a lot earlier than he's used to. And then I have I'm blessed with a 13-year-old daughter that is the third child syndrome, in that she is the favorite child of the family. We do have dinner on Sundays and pick the favorite child of the week, but she continues to take that next level in the conversation that she's the favorite. But I think it's great having that third child watch what's going on with the other two.
Yeah.
One of the hardest things about being a parent that I recently dealt with was dropping my daughter off at school. And everybody's like, oh, you're going to cry, you're going to be tearful, you're going to go nuts, it's going to be so hard for you. It was one of the most moving parts of my life, not leaving my daughter, but watching my children react.
Right.
Watching my little one just didn't want to get in the car.
Yeah.
I'm staying here. So,
Yeah.
So I think that's also Maggie and I building our team.
Absolutely.
And that's Maggie and I building the culture at home.
Yeah. Which is so critical, to be on the same page with your spouse and have all the kids understand. That contract that you signed with your daughter is amazing to me. I mean, when you first told me that, I'm thinking to myself, I wish I had done that with my kids, because that's so important for them to understand that there's a responsibility there. And by the way, I'm going to hold you accountable, right?
I will say I left out a little part of the story. When I was smart and she was in 8th grade, I signed the contract with her, and she wanted a car.
Okay.
Now, the car isn't as much as everything else.
Right.
But she renegotiated. Okay. So she did come back and say, Daddy, I want something bigger. I wish I had the car, but I like the pool.
Right. So she's smart, is what you're telling me. Very bright kid.
Yeah.
That's amazing. So I love the family stuff. I mean, you said earlier you were helping kids at Blue Mountain. So, I mean, obviously you're a hell of an athlete, but skiing is a big part of your life, right? So talk a little bit about that.
In the winters, on Fridays, Saturdays, and Sundays, we take the family to Blue Mountain, and we stay in a little shack. We still stay in a little shack, but we ski. I thought it was one of the, I'm not a good golfer, but I am athletic. But the idea was to keep the family together at the mountain, or at an event. Have you do your own specific sport that you can as a child. But I figured if I can control the chaos of a family and control it on the weekends, it would be the best thing for us. So in the winter, my children don't play basketball. They don't do they don't do winter sports, but they are competitive downhill race skiers.
Are they? Wow.
Top 10, top 11 in the state.
Wow.
So it's fun. I work with. I'm not as fast as they are, but big. I want to say a different word. Fat is faster. but I like to work with children that are 10 to 12 years old. And at Blue Mountain, they let me work with. I typically get about 9 children that I work with, and try to make them make the team. So it's a step in progress athletic program. We have about 300 children in the race program. It's,
Wow.
It's a bigger club than a lot of people think. But I work with the children that are in that borderline, get into that level, race. But I also like to take them into the woods. I like to play in the snow. I like to play with the kids so that they enjoy the mountain.
Yeah.
I want them to really enjoy the mountain and have fun over 15 weeks. And it can rain. I'll go get them hot cocoa and we'll sit inside. But as soon as there's an inch to get out and play, we play in the snow.
Yeah.
It was really awesome that the 5 of us could do a couple runs in the family at the beginning, at the end of the day, and then we go our separate ways to compete during
I
the
love
season.
it. I love
Yeah.
it.
Not many people in this region understand.
No, absolutely
how,
not.
How they understand the basketball concept is 20 weeks of basketball every Saturday at the gym. I said we're not basketball family. Like I can dunk, I can do all the other things, but like I wanted to have something consistent with the family.
Oh, yeah.
And it was kind of cool to lock us in. And my wife was like, "You're going to have the kids hate it. They're never going to like it." And they really turned around, and they have a group of friends that are family that it's kind of cool because there's a lot of people from North Jersey, New York, all of Pennsylvania, Delaware, Virginia that drive to the mountain on the weekends.
That's cool.
So what's great about it is the children get to meet people from so many different communities
Yeah.
as well, and they're still playing that same sport.
Love it. Love it. We're coming down to the end, buddy. Unfortunately, it flies by. But any Ray's rules at the and do you have Ray's rules for when you're coaching kids or advice that you give to younger kids? Stay off the phones, whatever. Just respect.
Technology's hard to get out of the household. We have rules in our house. They have to be off by 9.
Yeah.
You have to have that device has to get out of your hands, and that's not any different than watching the 8:00 news, 7 o'clock,
Yeah,
6:30.
sure.
But one of the things that we do is consistency. Consistency in my family has helped us succeed,
Yeah.
and we believe in consistency. Consistency in the sales process, consistency in the life process, and it sounds really stupid, but I have my children play 15 minutes. They have to play 15 minutes before they put the phones in their hand. 15 minutes of playing catch. Just play catch for 15
Wow.
minutes. If you can do a jog, take the dog for a walk, all those other things as part of the process.
Yeah.
Read for 15 minutes, 10 minutes sometimes. I get it, but the device time is it has to happen after you do all of those little tiny touches.
Love it, brother. Thank you. It
Appreciate
was
it.
awesome.
Thank you.
And tell everybody how to get in touch with you and the team.
Ray Lyons, RAY.LYONS at Marsh MMA. The bat phone is 609-200-4278. Love texting. Prefer the text over the random call. But I really thank you, Mark. I appreciate
Welcome,
you
brother.
and Keith.
My
Appreciate
pleasure.
your time,
My
man.
pleasure. It's amazing. All right, guys. Love this, man. Check him out. Ray.Lyons at marshmma.com. And you got the phone number as well. So we'll see you soon. Have a wonderful week, everyone. Be peaceful. See you.